Yo. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? What's up, Drama Alert Nation? Probably not allowed to say that, but... Click. Alright, I'm gonna grab a Pepsi real quick. One moment. Or an unbranded cola. My bad. I have no affiliation with the PepsiCo company. Despite what all of the rumors may lead you to believe. I wish. Anyway, we're 25% through the game, minus golden puzzles, but we'll get to those. Alright. We have to go and activate 3 more towers. I haven't been going live multiple times because I still have that surplus of VODs, and I've been meaning to upload them, but I just keep stalling. So we've only been doing one a day, even though I want to just play this game for hours, so I might just, if I don't upload any today, then I might just, it might be because I'm going to take tomorrow off and upload all of them so that we can just, like, hard press into this game, because I want to. Oh, right, travel.
You should be headed towards an island off the northern coast. The terrain's pretty rough, so be careful.
I didn't look at what the last lab
Yes,
had as a puzzle
it
element,
has
now that I
several,
think about
actually.
it.
How irritating.
What?
I remember the magnet thing, the almost ferrofluid, maybe that was it? Oh, ice. Cool. How interesting. Also quite interesting. Cool. Two. 3. Ah. I didn't see the 1. Alright, there are still question marks. Oh! Because there's a lower landing. Okay, we'll be going there, I assume. I'm just gonna go up real quick and see what's up here. Oh, this is where the bridge is. Yep. Oh.
Miranda is the founder's daughter. It's still kind of blowing my mind. She came all the way out here, left everything she had behind, and created a new life. Why do you think she did that?
Because creating new life is beautiful.
Miranda is certainly amazing, at least from what she sounds like. I can imagine that it must feel very special to be her parent. On the other hand, we're not like ancient humans. We're not born as babies. Would you have preferred to have a family?
Some guidance would have been nice. Byron sort of took me under his wing.
He did, didn't he? He remembers what it's like to be part of a family. The first companions were everything to him.
I wanted to ask you about something else. How are you feeling?
I'm not sure, to be honest. This is all so surreal. Walking around here is so peaceful, but it's also, I don't know. One moment I feel inspired, the next, kind of creeped out.
Did you ever meet the founder?
No, I never did. I would have loved to.
What you couldn't extract
You know,
interior.
people throw around the word awesome a lot. I probably do it too, but I think what we saw in there is the proper meaning of the word.
Yeah.
Our ancestors relied heavily on fossil fuels for energy generation, which released a lot of carbon dioxide. This caused the atmosphere to trap more heat, which changed the planet's overall climate. The effect continued even after they were gone, and these low-lying areas were flooded. I've seen a lot of places like that.
Be like Yakut. Believe in climate change. Because it's proven.
Nope.
That's all. I want a sound clip of Yakut just saying, nope. I want to make that my fucking follow sound. Alright, let's do a puzzle. Mind-body dualism. Oh my.
What the?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Mel. I'm freaking the fuck out here. There's a button I didn't reel. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty insane from their point of view. Okay. We're both kind of... Oh, I'm silly. Oh, but I can't. Can I? Where am I? But then how do we... Oh, I can do it through a fence. Okay. That's great news. I don't like the idea of leaving not in my own body. So I'm going to try very hard to stay in my body. But unfortunately, I'm already confused. Is that me? We appear to be one and the same. We are, in fact, one and the same. 1K. Cool, we got to see our number. Hey Melville, you got anything to say about that? Because I would love your input.
Hey there, 1K.
Hi. Tell me a joke. Why do you believe there should be?
I think every single human being is completely unique, and every instance of consciousness is a miracle. The more of us there are, the more alive the universe is. And the more we all interact with each other, the more complex the life of the universe becomes. So I believe that people are a fundamental good. I don't believe we're all flawless, but I think every one of us matters precisely because nothing else does.
Do you think
Could be, yes, of course. All technology has the potential to be misused, from fire and the wheel to whatever makes these particle clouds. But that doesn't mean it has to be.
Very true.
Athena was always trying to understand the reality underneath what we perceive, the objective truth. That's why she was capable of leaving the simulation. And even after she was free, she never stopped trying to understand more. I suspect her research took her another step closer to understanding the truth. And such steps always challenge our conception of the universe. But that's the wonderful thing about science. We can adapt our views to the evidence.
I noticed that Miranda called Athena her mother.
She did, yes.
Is that usual?
Some people in New Jerusalem choose to live in family units, although usually that involves marriage or equivalent ceremonies, not having children. You could say that Athena was a kind of mother to us, and Cornelius a kind of father, but it's not quite the same.
How did the mayor get elected?
Herman? Honestly, I think he makes people feel safe. The world beyond our walls is frightening. Human history is full of failures and disasters. It's easy to look at that and recoil. Herman offers a vision of the future that feels contained, manageable.
What do we sacrifice to gain that safety? Is that so bad?
For a little while, no. Everyone needs periods of rest. But as a permanent choice, yes. I think it's regression, decay.
Does your faith in humanity ever waver?
In the principle of it, no. It's not just that I believe humanity is fundamentally good, although I do. It's that I think sentience is the foundation of everything else. What's the point of stars and galaxies, of hills and forests, without someone to perceive them? But my faith that we can actually grow up, that we can break out of these loops and take control of our destiny, that's something I struggle with every single day.
Do you believe in the existence of God?
In the sense of an interventionist deity? No. I wouldn't rule out the possibility, but it's not something I personally believe. But I do think there is something genuinely sublime in this universe, and it's right in front of us. Consciousness. The fact that this sense of self is even possible, that an arrangement of matter can produce a self-aware mind? Think about it. It's a fundamental property of the universe, an unbreakable law that matter has the inherent capacity to become more than the sum of its parts. That is the definition of transcendence.
I suppose that's true. Tell me a joke. Why did our ancestors... If technology isn't the problem, why did our ancestors destroy themselves?
Because they refused to grow up. They refused to take control of their lives. They let bureaucrats and financiers determine their destiny, and those people could not think beyond themselves, beyond the tiny, insignificant moment they were trapped in. Their technology could have saved them, but what really failed them was their imagination.
Damn.
Okay. How many robots does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, how many?
Replacing a light bulb is a waste of resources, and the founder would be outraged.
That's hilarious.
Herman didn't seem to think so.
What if Athena left the island long ago?
Then at least we may be able to find out what happened in New Jerusalem, why she came here. But I don't think she left the island. I think she's still here, waiting for us to make the right choices.
There's no rational reason to think so. What makes you think that? I agree. She has to be here. What if it's a hoax, someone faking her voice? I doubt she's still here. I hope you're right.
It would be nice if something good happened for once, wouldn't it?
Thanks, that's all. I like having positive relationships with these guys. I really do feel for all of them as people. It's like... I don't need to inherently voice my point of view of like, oh man, well, I think she's gonna die. Like... It'll be fine if I don't. Leg up, you say. Take platform. Oh. Whoa. That's fucking badass, dude. Not what I wanted to do. The platforms are back. Come with me. Boing. Oh, I need to... this...
Any further insights on the particle clouds, Melville?
To be honest with you, Byron, I feel like a caveman trying to study Bose-Einstein condensate. I'm seeing unknown particles whose every property violates the laws of physics, apparently capable of being controlled and recombined into just about anything. It's ridiculous.
Maybe someone in New Jerusalem can figure it out.
Sure, just give them another 1,000 years.
Please keep discussion to the alleged presence of the founder at the site of the megastructure confined to this thread. I'm still in shock. I wasn't even sure the founder was still alive. Of course she is. And now that we have reached completion day, she has sent her sacred messengers. It could still be aliens pretending to be the founder. It's not aliens. If Prometheus and Pandora are her sacred messengers, why has one apparently chained the other. The day of her return is imminent. So now you agree that Byron was right to want an expedition. In fact, it was the Founder's will all along. And when you said it would be wrong to even consider going to the island, you were acting against the Founder? Your word games aren't going to help you when the Founder returns, Arena. Yeah. Pretty sure she's just more or less being like, fucking doing a word stretch to be like, you hate the Founder! It was wonderful to hear Athena's voice again, but with all the emotion inherent in this matter, we should be careful not to get swept away. We don't really understand anything yet. I can't help but wonder, if Miranda is her daughter, was Athena trying to start a new civilization? Did she abandon New Jerusalem? Her daughter. Was Athena trying to start a new civilization? Did she abandon New Jerusalem? She would never abandon New Jerusalem. I like this option. A valid point. She had enormous responsibilities from the very beginning, and while we were a family, she had too many burdens to ever have a private life of her own. I understand your point, but why leave Cornelius behind then? That's none of our business. Fair enough. Imagine an ant trying to make sense of a nuclear power plant, an armadillo trying to explain disco music. You get my drift. These particle clouds contradict every known law of physics. What's really shocking here is that we're seeing a new and powerful technology. It's what this implies about our grasp of physics. Oh, it isn't that we're seeing a new powerful technology, it's that it's what this implies about our grasp of physics. A lot of what we thought we knew must be wrong or incomplete on some fundamental level. A humbling realization. I don't like it. From the degree to which vegetation seems to have spread, I would guess the megastructure has been abandoned for a while. Although the combination of moisture and heat does create an ideal environment for plant growth. What makes it harder to be sure is that some plants have clearly been placed for decorative purposes, so a lot of what we're seeing may have spread from there rather than coming in from the outside. It's surprisingly beautiful, but also kind of creepy. Yeah. I like it. Dual stream. Gross. What? I'm so bewildered. Okay. I'm gonna switch to you. So that I can take platform. But how would I get him to be in between? Would it matter? Strange, but neat. Oh, I'm silly. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. I'm such a dingus. I'm a fiend. I'm a puzzle-solving fiend. Whoa.
1K. I've been watching you solve these puzzles, and this body replication tech is incredible. It just casually blows up the very foundations of our society.
You're right, this is
You
revolutionary.
can say that again. Making even just one of us is bloody hard. We're not like toasters. You don't just weld together a couple of wires and a motherboard and call it a day. Not to mention how hard it is to even find some of the materials. And this thing just, poof, new human.
But the goal was to stop at 1,000, wasn't it?
It was. Or was it? And even if it was, sorry to be heretical, but does it matter? If we can figure out how this works, we can finally, easily create more people. We can grow. We can expand. We can build a real civilization. Isn't that worth pursuing?
It's our cosmic duty to spread consciousness. Let's not impose will on the cosmos. Maybe there's some point where there's enough people, but this is not it. Maybe there are legitimate reasons to limit the population. This is very dangerous. We decided to limit ourselves for a reason. I don't really have an opinion about this. Maybe there's some point where there's enough, but this is not it.
Look, yes. Large amounts of people can cause problems. But even the problems they cause are interesting. Because without people, the world is boring. I'm not even saying there isn't some planetary limit. But I've done the maths. It's in the high billions, not a measly 1,000. Anyway, we all need to think about what this means. Glad you and I are more or less on the same page.
Yeah, I agree with that thought process.
This body replication technology is proof of just how vital this expedition is. We may not know how it works and what its limitations are, but the technology itself isn't even what really matters. What matters is to expand our imagination, to realize that other futures are possible. I'm glad you see it that way too, 1K. After all, the world is better with you in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything okay?
What do you think about the body replication tech?
It seems like something that could very quickly get out of control. You know that saying about good intentions? If we can solve problems by just making more people, how long before people just become a problem-solving tool?
Did you know the founder?
I sure did. Not as well as Byron, but she was still around when I was born. I remember she came and talked to me after New Alexandria, told me how sorry she was. I never blamed her for that. It wasn't her responsibility.
What was New Jerusalem like when you were born?
A lot busier than it is now. My most defining memory is that it was extremely noisy, because something was always being built. Got annoying after a while.
Tell me about New Alexandria. It's probably not a good topic, but...
For some reason, we'd convinced ourselves that New Jerusalem wasn't enough, that we needed another city. We thought it would be easier the second time around. All it takes is a little bit of arrogance and a little bit of ignorance, and people die.
That's all. I'm sorry for bringing that up. It wasn't very cash money of me. Hi. Whoa. There are two. Oh my god. Okay. Plan. You. Hold this. You. Put this box right here. What? Oh, right, yes. I forgot. Important step. Go on the box.
Nice.
Cool. There's a question mark up here, so I'm gonna grab that real quick. Yeah, here we go. From the personal reminiscence of Mitku 166. There are some people whose true importance you just don't notice at first. People who quietly hold things together without making a big deal of it. That's what Cornelius was. Always by Athena's side. He calmly and carefully helped us all stay on track, reminding us of our shared humanity and the values that had brought us this far. I cannot imagine how painful it must have been when Athena left him behind. When he went on his so-called research expedition, most people thought he went looking for her. To be honest, I thought he might never come back, and I was surprised when he finally did. I still don't understand how she could leave him. They seem to love each other so deeply. After he returned, Cornelius was different. He found the Museum of the Simulation and very rarely left its premises. The archive scholars dotted him, but he walled himself off, becoming almost as much of a recluse as Eustathius. And only then did I slowly understand how much the city had lost. Damn. God appears, and God is light to those poor souls who dwell in night, but does a human form display to those who dwell in the realms of day. Excerpted from Considerations by Eustathius. While it is hard, from our vantage point, to fully believe in any of the ancient religions, I must admit that I have come to believe in the existence of a prime mover, not a designer as such, certainly not an interventionist god, but some force that set the universe itself into motion. I do not know if it is possible for us to ever truly understand this being, since it must by definition exist outside of our understanding of reality, but I do believe that it exists. Does it look upon us with love? Are we entertainment, perhaps? Does it preserve some memory of us when we die? All of this I cannot answer, but I do not disbelieve those who honestly speak of having experienced some manner of brief communion with this entity. It's simply too common an experience in human history to easily discount. As the motion of the universe proceeds from the Big Bang, so whatever force animates us, whatever constitutes the true foundation of consciousness, proceeds from the prime mover. What do you think about this, Mother? I don't believe in any kind of prime mover, but I thought you should read it because Eustathius is an intelligent person, and he came to this conclusion after a great deal of thought. It's important to respectfully consider points of view we don't agree with. Damn. Yeah. On Modernity. From a book of annotated internet comments by Eustathius. If modernity is so great, why is everyone so fundamentally disappointed with the world? Why do we sigh with pleasure at the sight of old houses, but feel nothing but depressed and alienated by skyscrapers? Why do we yearn for lush forests and wide plains, not narrow canyons between buildings? 5358F. If we love all this technology so much, why is our idea of happiness to get away from it? Is 5358 saying I? Because it's replacing an I there. We'll see if that continues. Could it be that progress is just a story we tell ourselves to justify why we allow ourselves to be dominated by inhumanity and older forms of living having something to offer? It seems that many of us share this desire to immerse ourselves in nature. Though we are ourselves entirely technological beings, we enjoy and value the Earth's diverse and unpredictable biosphere. But does that mean that progress is just a narrative, as this ancient commenter suggests? Or does it mean that technological progression and the love of the natural world are not in fact mutually exclusive? And yet, if this person was left on his own somewhere in the wilderness, he would feel nothing but terror. The appreciation of nature is rooted in the experience of civilization, of safety. True, but he's still right. So much of what our ancestors created in their last years was alienating to the majority of people. And the question isn't one of modernity, but of control. I agree. Revolution! Alright, let's go do 5. And then we'll go on a little walk down that hill. Oh, hey. Hi, Mel.
Yes?
these visions affect my mind?
The data stream overloads? Yes, they could. There are safeguards to prevent that from happening, but these aren't exactly carefully controlled circumstances. It's hard to predict. Our brains are absurdly complicated, which is why it's so hard to make more of us.
Why do you think the founder left New Jerusalem?
Maybe she just got sick of things breaking all the time.
What do you think about Miranda?
She's so innocent and full of wonder, it should make me want to retch, metaphorically speaking. But I'll admit, she's sort of charming.
What do you feel about Mayor Herman's policies?
I used to think it was the only safe way forward. Keep things simple and under control. Now I'm not so sure that ever made sense.
It's fair. So what exactly can these particle clouds do?
As far as I can tell, anything, which is insane.
Huh. Did you ever meet the
Of
founder?
course I did. She and Cornelius were both there when I was born. Neath was just starting to take over back then, and they were still showing her the ropes.
What was the founder like?
Busy. There was always another problem to solve. Did you know that she never upgraded her body? Always prioritized everyone else. That's the kind of work ethic I wish more people had.
I agree, but there also needs to be space for other things in life.
I suppose so. For me, living is doing. But I understand that other people have more varied needs.
Yeah. Do you ever crave companionship?
I've never felt the need for a partner as such. I've met a lot of people who do. Athena and Cornelius, Atal and Damien, Sarabai and Hypatia. But that's not really for me. So far, at least. But I do have social needs like anyone. What I like is a pleasant buzz of humanity. Not too close, not too far. Something I can be part of without having it get in my face all the time.
I should get back to work. Thank you for talking. 5 is over here. Uh-oh. Looks like we're taking a walk down the mountain now. I like this song. Freaking path tree thingam over here. It appears to be just another talking pad, but whatever. I don't mind, I like to talk. Oh, it's just an audio thing. Sweet.
As we continue exploring the cold northern reaches of the island, the contrast between the harshness of this place and the softness of New Jerusalem becomes more and more pronounced. There is a kind of madness in what we are doing, going to a place that is so hostile to our existence. That does not mean there is nothing to love here. There is, in fact, a great beauty, but it is a hateful beauty. A beauty you can only love because there are places that are not like this. And yet, It is precisely this hateful beauty that the people of New Jerusalem fail to see, and so cannot understand their own blessings.
Let us consider the city. What is a city? It is not a gift from the gods, nor the product of nature. Unlike a mountain or a river, it is something that must be built through the deliberate arrangements of material by a mind imposing order on the world. And it is built to serve a purpose. To that end, it has roads and fountains and walls. And to the same end, it has laws and leaders. And though each city is built according to a different plan, all cities must serve their purpose, or they will fall and become ruins. Therefore, we may conclude that a city is also a kind of machine, constructed to improve the life of its citizens.
I see. Does this a helpful? No. This doesn't a helpful. Let me open that door for you, me. Thanks, copy. Please tell me it's this simple. It's not. We need the cube, I think. So we both need to be able to get up. I have a thought. All right. Copy. Over here. Alright. Come on, copy. Let's fucking go. Oh. Founder appears to have developed a technology that prints the founder. I see that you believe the founder made it. Prints new bodies using those particle clouds we're already familiar with. These bodies come with a protocol for instantly transferring the user's mind. I cannot sufficiently underline how mad this is. The implications would be breathtaking if we breathed. There seem to be a number of safeguards. So far, I've not been able to get this tech to work outside the puzzles. I did manage to sort of make sense of the mind transfer protocol, however. I'm uploading all the data I've collected. It will need to be studied extensively before it can be used, but I can think of a lot of potential applications. What really grinds my gears, though, is how casually it's all deployed. It takes us ages to make a new body, and here there's a whole bunch of them doing no more than holding up platforms or standing on pressure plates. Is this all a joke? I don't understand what possible function this structure could have, but it's really, really impressive. Hold on, could that be its function? Just to be impressive? Maybe. Oh wait, I got a funny triangle to approach. Triangle puzzle. You're mine. Okay. I wonder if they do like a return of the like Serious Sam enemy on a cliff, but I doubt it. Passing through. There probably are Easter eggs though. Just might not be a living guy. We have cube. And man. Copy. Here. Have jammer. You are now in the puzzle copy. What am I trying to get up onto? Because I'll take this platform. Am I just trying to get this jammer? If that's the case, what would I do? Place it like such. Just walk a little closer, please. Thanks. Fucking, No! Why are you being like this? Wait. Potential, 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 potential. I think the roof is gonna be stopping me. Which is unfortunate. But maybe. Not what I wanted. That's so clever. By putting it on top of them, you can move an active jammer around. I guess, yeah, now you can have active elements on a moving thing.
I can't imagine spending years in such a desolate place. For what? Science? Enlightenment? I'd much rather be back home in New Jerusalem.
I think it's beautiful in its own way. But I don't understand how our ancestors could survive here. They were so fragile. Imagine getting stuck out here in the cold. I wonder if there are wolves.
It's kind of a miracle biological humans lasted as long as they did.
There's a blue ghost.
If we believe that life is inherently valuable, if we think that other species are worth preserving, and we recognize that most of the universe is barren, then it follows that we have a duty not only to defend life, but to spread it. If life is the most valuable thing in the universe, then perhaps in a sense, the cosmos itself is depending on us to do this. Like birds carrying seeds to uninhabited islands. Maybe that's our role in the galactic ecology.
Where's our guy? Oh, there he is. Let's start by throwing down a hole here. I think that's all we can do, so let's now go over to copy. What's going on, copy? How you doing, gamer? Very cool, very cool. Real quick. Ah, I see. We have a Connectatron 4 billion here. Gotcha. Alright. Here, I'll hold this open for you, buddy. We gotta do some shenanigans. There we go. Okay. No, put it through. No! Where did it go? Is it on top of itself? No, it's next to it. Okay. And then, where's Captain Man? Oh, he's just chilling on the exact corner of the button. Okay. I have to move the both of us. We're moving along in a very awkward fashion. Okay. Now we're good. Never mind, I have to move over fucking fly away. Jeremy. Body replication. This technology discovered by the expedition changes everything. Every argument about how hard it is to get access to the resources necessary to create more of us goes out the window. We can create more people. 1K doesn't have to be the last, and it would be easy. And are we really going to give up just because of the goal? Energy doesn't come from nowhere. We have no idea what the real cost behind this technology is. Besides, the goal is an ideal, not just a limit we ran into by accident. It's the will of the founder. Yeah, right. It's not necessarily to share a personal belief in the founder to understand the value of the goal. It's clear to all but the most radical that humanity needs limits for its own sake and for the sake of the planet. You say that as if it was self-evident. It's not. You're smuggling a whole host of misanthropic ideas into the conversation under the disguise of reasonableness. Your premises are completely rotten. I believe the results of human history speak for themselves, and I find it shocking that anyone would disagree with something so obvious. Shocking that anyone would value human beings and think that maybe our answers could have solved their problems using their brains instead of preaching misery for all. That maybe there's some fucking point in blaming other factors beyond technology and growth. Like, I don't know, people in positions of authority preaching their self-important bullshit morality instead of trying to solve ordinary people's problems. Authority? I'm just an academic. It's completely disingenuous and you know it. Your clique has the mayor's ear. Clique? I assure you there's no such thing. This conversation is getting out of hand. If you can't behave, I'm shutting this thread down. These conversations are necessary. They should not be banned. This conversation is irritating, but should be allowed as a matter of principle. Just take it to private. It would be best to close this thread until everyone calms down. These conversations are necessary. They should not be banned. Thank you, 1K. New Jerusalem is a democracy. Without free speech, democracy is a sham. Lovely sentiment, but you should try moderating this forum and see what it's like. If every conversation is allowed to explode, instability is guaranteed. We have to set reasonable limits on behavior. Thread close. Hi, 1K, Jeremy here. Oh! That tells me you're a dependable sort with an interest in government. You certainly expressed that interest when we met in the city. We met? Though I ask you to be more considerate of my time in future. I know you're busy, but we've had a position open up, so I'm reaching out. Yes, I was interested to meet you. I don't waste our time on pleasantries. The government takes a great interest in your expedition. We're at a delicate crossroads, and it's our job to steer the ship. We're only just beginning to understand what we are capable of as a species while we establish ourselves. We're only just beginning to understand what we are capable of as a species. While we establish ourselves, we are fragile, so it is essential we protect New Jerusalem at all cost. Your expedition is a great risk, but one we can no longer avoid, so what matters now is managing that risk as best we can. I think I understand. Very good. Now, before we get to the nitty-gritty, is there anything you need to ask me? Why are you? Who are you? mayor's chief aide, but I'm also just an ordinary citizen. I love New Jerusalem, and I feel lucky to be able to contribute to its success. Where are you? About 7 meters away from the conference room. To be honest with you, I don't think I've been any more than 7 meters away since you left. Why are you? Why do I do what I do, you mean? Like, everyone has their part to play, and society needs management at least as much as they need the glamorous things like art and adventure. More so, probably. If we learned anything from our ancestors, it's that we must live within our means and care for our environment. I feel an obligation to ensure we learn from the mistakes of our past. Alright, I only want to know what you want from me. Simply for you to keep New Jerusalem's well-being in mind. We have elected in this city to limit our growth to within our means, and you represent that ideal. Now is not the best time to be testing new horizons. The scientists and explorers on your team are rightly celebrated, but it's in their nature to put curiosity before prudence. You're a natural administrator, 1K. We just want you to keep a level head, the team in check, and risk to a minimum, and of course, to keep the mayor's office in the loop on important developments. I should also note that our conversations fall under executive privilege. Please don't share them with anyone else. So, what do you think? Would you like to sign up? I'm not sure I'm best suited to this. I don't think there's anyone better. Are you absolutely sure? I was just exercising my political muscles. Of course I want to join you. I'm sure. Please don't contact me again. I'll join you, but you might not like what I do. More of a ceremony when someone new joins with the government. Nothing fancy, just the mayor garnishing you with some kind of oily wreath. But that will have to wait until you're back in the city. In the meantime, welcome to the civil service. Why all the secrecy for an official role? Secrecy? Nothing secret about it. This is the official government of New Jerusalem. Everything is democratic, transparent, and evidence-based. It's true that politics must be allowed some confidentiality. Relationship management is the name of the game. A degree of deniability can be a useful tool, but I would hardly call it secretive. I'd advise you not to either. In fact, the less you say, the better. Is there a secret handshake? Are there others? Are there rules? So many. We digital people can handle a rather high degree of bureaucracy than our ancestors, but you can download all that when you're back. Besides, I can't think of any rules which apply specifically to the situation you're in. Are there others? Are there organizations besides the government? Of course there are. There are the scientists and the scholars, the progressive artists, the consensual family units. Pretty much everyone is part of some manner of partly clandestine action group. It's a free city, you know. Thank you. Let's stay in touch. I should have asked if there was a secret handshake. End of thread. Okay. Rad. Excuse me. I'm still a little sick. Hello, 7. Lab time, lab time. Lab time. Are you also 1K? I can't get a good look. Oh no, am I trapped? Did I trap myself? No, okay, I gotta... From Quentin to Athena. Dear Founder, I never got to know you. People tell all these stories about you, and I don't know what to believe. Some people say to ask Cornelius. Others say Cornelius is too blinded by grief. Some say Byron stands for the truth. Others say he's a fanatic and a radical, and we should listen to the mayor. There doesn't seem to be a way of getting a straight answer. Why did you abandon us to this chaos? Why can't you just come back and sort it out? If you're reading these messages, don't you care? 852. Quentin. From Radam to Athena. Dear Founder, thank you for everything you did for us. I'm grateful for the life that I have, which would not exist without you. I hope wherever you are now, you are at peace. Radam, 727. Version 12 successfully deployed. New labs established to avoid interference. First successful duplication of advanced machinery. Data collection and analysis. Translation. Groping in the dark. Oh, I see. Trials 1001 to 1308. Gotcha. I didn't realize there was a trial number. This particular trial, 1309. But QFT fails to account for this 474. Must rerun trials 1212 to 1294. Maybe God was just trying to make an apple pie from scratch.
This looks like it has something to do with energy generation. Am I reading this right?
I guess so. Picture? From Belzera. To Athena. Oh, great and sacred founder! I believe I've discovered the truth that our so-called leaders have hidden from us. This absurd and sacrilegious goal they have us working towards, this hubristic completion day foolishness, was never your true intent. Even this abomination of a city that calls itself New Jerusalem is a deception. Why would you want us to return to the sinful ways of our ancestors, strangling the living soil with steel and concrete? No, it was when you and the first companions lived humbly amongst the splendors of Gaia, having no need for all this wasteful ostentation inherited from our weak and decadent ancestors, that you showed us the true path. After all, why would the progenitor have given us such hardy bodies if she had intended for us to live in unearned luxury? From the very first, we were built to be free from pride and material access. Your teachings have been obscured and perverted by ideologues, worst of all by the traitor Byron, who once was like a son to you. But you should know that there are still those who remember the truth, and await the blessed day of your return, when truly justice will be meted out and humanity will finally return to its intended path. Hallowed be your name, Belzazan. 943. the shutdown. We assembled on the vast green lawn outside of the who's this? There's a human person, I think. We assembled on the vast green lawn outside the reactors as the reactors began to slowly wind down. The workers were solemn. The activists who had fought against the decommissioning seemed crushed. There was supposed to be a speech, but the spokeswoman had lost her notes. Outside, the protesters cheered. My eyes were drawn to the discarded anti-shutdown banners, endlessly reciting the facts, the statistics on mortality per trillion. I don't know what that measurement is. Lowest of all energy sources. The lifespan of a reactor, 70 more years in our case, minimal land footprint. Almost zero emissions, no intermittency. It became a jumble of words, a litany, almost a kind of glossolalia. As far as the protesters outside were concerned, it might as well be an alien tongue. One thing was clear to them. That was enough. And that was enough. The technology inside this compound was deeply, inherently wrong. It was a sin. Oh my gosh. I could not help but think of that moment on August 6th, 1945, when the sky erupted above Shima Hospital. My imagination could never fully encompass it. How do you imagine more than 70,000 people annihilated in an instant? An ancestor of mine was in that hospital. He went from being a doctor, a husband, a father, a pacifist stuck in a terrible war, to being a pile of bleached bones covered in rubble, all in a single second, not by accident, because of a choice someone made, not because of a reactor, but because of a bomb. Just 2 days earlier, contradicting his campaign promises, the Prime Minister had suggested that the use of tactical nuclear weapons would be an acceptable risk if the conflict continued. Very few seemed to find this particularly shocking or outrageous. They were afraid of reactors, but not of bombs. The spokeswoman gave up on finding her notes. It was starting to rain and people were walking away. She grabbed the microphone. By the time you regret this, it'll be too late, she said. But honestly, I don't know if I care anymore. Maybe you have it coming. Spokeswoman sounds so bitter. The protesters didn't mean any harm. From their perspective, they were doing good. People always think they're doing good when they get collectively outraged. That doesn't make them right. Collective action can change the world when it's deliberate and based in reason, but it can also become a mental trap or a societal pressure valve. The thought terminating cliche from Error 5358. As you continue your reading, there's a useful concept that I would like you to keep in mind. The thought-terminating cliche. This is a type of phrase, often a slogan or saying, which sounds meaningful but is really intended to make you stop thinking. To pick an example from our history, someone in the simulation might say things like, it's the will of Elohim, or it serves the process. And that would be that. Case closed. Who knows how many iterations never advanced further because they just stopped thinking at that point. Do note, however, that a thought-terminating cliche is not the same as a lie. It may very well contain elements of truth, but those elements are used to keep you from questioning a whole set of assumptions that come with it, which may be partially or totally false. This often takes the form of appealing to something you care about. We must protect X, where X is a nation, a philosophy, public order, or even the planet itself. But while you may agree with that element, all kinds of assumptions may be included about how to protect something, or who to protect it from, and what the end goal of protecting it is. If you stop there just because you agree with the surface level statement, the results may be the opposite of everything you wanted, like those who chose to serve Elohim and in doing so prevented him from achieving his true purpose. Wacky, neat, cool. He's chillin'. Oh, we got a Sphinx. Let's go see what she wants. Hello, Madam Sphinx. What have you to say? Cat. Okay. Is this 6 and 7? So that's pointing that way. Pointing that way. We are on the left side of it. So we're at... We should be at these guys. But I think those guys might be the triangle and 8. So there'll be a switch over there that we have to flip, I think. What? Oh my. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 buildings on the map. So, but aren't there like 4 in there? There were like 3 tests that were just there. We'll have to do it backwards. And also, I imagine we got a we got a version of it, so we can look at it from there. Yeah, this, I have no idea what that wants from me. It's freaking me out. Red shift. Hello, copy. I'll take this. Thank you, copy. Now take me over here. Good work, copy. Oh. I see. Yes, indeed. Alright, this is the real me. I'm here. Okay. I see. Oh, you know what? I know what the solution to this puzzle is. Let me take control.
Kay solved that one.
No, sorry.
Oh, it was really clever.
Oh my god, there is something out here. Hello there, strange building. What secret do you hold?
It's an old saying about how, in the end, the sea will claim everything. I have no doubt that this is true. In the long history of the human species, entire regions have disappeared under the waves. Places like Beringia and Doggerland still echo in our cultural memories. But we shouldn't forget that life began in the sea. We are the children of the sea. And it's not through floods and ruin that the sea will claim everything, but through us.
From Chernyshevsky, In Our Likeness, Essay on Humankind Reaching Adulthood. With alarming frequency, our mythological narratives conceptualize our separation from nature as a fall, a punishment for sinning, a loss of innocence, a decline from a golden age. We believe that a better state of humanity is possible, but insist that this state must be in the past. And yet our historical experience has been the exact opposite. For all the horrors of modern war, and they are considerable, the relatively few people today have to suffer the unspeakable agonies that our ancestors went through on a daily basis. It is doubly ironic that we place our golden ages in the past, but very rarely ever consider what life was actually like for the people whose genes we carry. How cold they were, how hungry, how frightened of the cruelty of nature. What unspeakable pains they must have experienced when they were sick or injured. How many of their children they had to lose, unable to help, begging the heavens for mercy and never receiving an answer. The past is a slowly receding tidal wave of grief. 5358. The battle for human emancipation is not yet won, and the path has been far from straightforward. And yet, in but a few thousand years, we have eliminated a great deal of suffering that before must have seemed unavoidable and eternal. Some still suffer, their lives held ransom by politics or economics, but at least now we know that a better world is truly possible, and it lies in the future. From our Patience Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 132. We had a bit of an incident today. Nothing major, but it still woke us all up. Sun was away from the camp, alone. Even though we had agreed that we should always go in teams, and she encountered a group of herbivores that we saw on the first day. Cows, they're called. Apparently our ancestors kept them as livestock. Eustathius says they squeeze them for liquid, but I find that hard to believe. But I digress. Sun encountered a herd, and just as predicted, the animals were passive at first, friendly even. Sun decided to abandon her survey to study them for a while, which went well until a group of wolves, formerly dogs, a type of pet, entered the clearing, causing a stampede. Sun is alright, only minor scratches to the bodywork and a few torn wires, but it was a close call. I guess we'd gotten a little complacent. a little too comfortable. We'll have to be more careful from now on. Trevor, talk to me.
Now I have to talk science fiction for a bit because I love science fiction, but it drives me nuts. There's this cliche that shows up over and over, and every time someone uses it, everyone pretends it's really profound. It goes something like this. A scientist invents something good, but, oh no, it's actually really bad. You could have something that makes your life better, but no, you can't. How dare you even want it? That's hubris. That's playing God. And it's never anything that reflects the real world, right? It's never, oh no, you invented a vaccine for cervical cancer. Oh no, you invented a new class of antibiotics. Oh no, you cured malaria. How dare you? Those diseased mosquitoes are way more important than human lives. How did science fiction become so reactionary? You know, if we all thought this way, you guys wouldn't even exist. At least Alex agrees with me. She has good taste.
A triangle room, apparently. Oh, is it down there? Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Drilling party. Oh. Oh my. Oh no. Let me help you out of there, copy one. Oh. I'm forced into a side, okay. What's the goal? Oh. Didn't realize we had two of these, but good. I'm gonna put one, I think, right, where is it? Right here? No, right here. The question now becomes, how do I get that out? Because I need to. Oh, but I need them both, actually. Get an overhead look at what I'm doing here. Okay. We need both of the boys to be out of there. But we need that laser on. We're in a very interesting situation. Because we need... Oh. Okay, hold on, hold on. Maybe it's not so complicated yet. Close. But not enough. No! Driller. You're silly. Okay. Alright, alright. Sweet. Interplay. There I am. Is there anything in here? No. Okay. How do we get a blue beam? Where does the blue beam come from? Probably in there. Okay. I'm currently copy. That's me. Just one moment. Okay. So. I'm gonna take normal me and I'm gonna put him on this side just so that we have ourselves separated. Just for the time being. We need a red laser in order to get there. Okay. Damn. How do we get a red laser over here? Do we like put it on there? Along this bar somehow? No. I could get the cube over here. That would be how we would have to do it, I think. So let's grab copy. Copy. Get over here. Alright, we have box. Grand. Okay. Now I just need a way to get this laser over the thing. Unless... Dang. No, we need the cube. But how will the cube help us? Oh, we don't need the cube. We don't. We technically do, but we don't. We need copy. Because copy can do a really neat trick. Copy can hold on to this. Now, the unfortunate side bit is that I don't know if I can connect it without somehow getting it back over the fence, which I can't think of a means of doing. I'm trying. It's not exactly easy. But I do have a cube. So perhaps I can do some mystical, magical mumba jumba. No, okay. How do I get everything back over? get the laser from up there? I don't know. What we haven't tried doing is putting it back on the cube. Which might work. Cube connections. It probably won't though. It did! Well, now I have to get fucking normal guy back over. How do I get both of us over though? Is there a second ladder? There is a second ladder, okay. Copy, I have great news. Not copy, sorry. Let's go. I don't know where all the stars are. I've only ran into one, I think, right? That's the Sphinx one. I have to fucking do a thing here to my knowledge. Just trying to find where the secret fucking switch is, or whatever. Ah, here we go. What one is this one? A? Let's quickly check the Sphinx thing. This one is A. Okay. Pattern is already solved. Damn. Well, at least I know that I did it right. And also, I'm glad that I came around, because I was debating, like, being like, no, they wouldn't put something around like that, but it wasn't impossible, so I was like, hey, you know, maybe. Alright, and then up here, based off this same image, we just follow the road right from here, and it will lead up to there, because there's this triangle road here, which I believe shows up on the map. Oh, and there's the gold door. Touch. So, based off of this triangle, and this triangle, and this being the star area, I'm gonna say that this is the area where I have to input T. I forget where the puzzle was on this one. I know it was here. It's on the Sphinx side. Yeah. Okay, and now we have to go to the next triangle path and take a right. Which looks like over there. Was this the, Did I take this path already? Definitely feels like a path. Oh. I found a Prometheus spark. Interesting. Love that I can just kind of run up the snow walls of being a robot. Oh. I see. We'll go say hi to him in a second. If I talk to you? Yes. I think this is where I'm supposed to be. Cat. What color is your beam, Pandora? Oh no, you aren't Pandora. You are Prometheus. Oh, are the sparks what I need to get hints, perhaps? Find my spirit and follow it until it leads you back to me. From whence? Forth. Very well. Yeah, we are now doing just pure star shenanigans. We've done all the puzzles. Following this until it leads us to Prometheus's soul, supposedly straight this direction. I'm gonna take my hand off the mouse while we do this. as to not interfere with the direction. Could be beneath. Ah! Your soul. I found it. Just getting to it's going to be a little bit of a hop, skip, and or a jump. Hi, Al.
Everything okay?
Hmm? What do you think about Miranda's idea that it's our duty to spread life?
Our ancestors thought they could introduce new species to existing ecosystems, and it never turned out well.
I don't think that applies to places where there is no life, like other planets.
There's no life there now, but you can't see the future.
That's true.
You might be wiping out a whole ecosystem that hasn't even gotten started yet.
That's all. You have a point. Anyway, I'm going to take this soul. The funny chase music. Wow. That's really cool. Side. How tricksy, Prometheus. Okay. Alright, now we have to go to the Sphinx.
We cannot return to the past, but the future can redeem all that has happened.
What about all that will happen? Also, this area is beautiful. Felt like it went without saying, but figured I should just in case. It's very, very nice. I like the way all the architecture looks. I like its kind of brutal nature. Is this brutalist? I can't remember. I can never remember what the architecture types are, but I think this is brutalist. And I think brutalist can be cool in an artistic sense, it's just not functional or practical. but I really like the way that these kind of, like, concrete can look intimidating and whatnot, but I think this style of, like, metal interwoven concrete can have, like, a really nice look. And this is beautiful. If we had fucking this statue in real life, we should make the Talos principal statues. We should just put them up
If the
and
fool
around.
persisted in his foolishness, would he become wise?
In time. Unless he's incapable of learning from mistakes. Depends on if you believe we can do that. Because if you don't think we can learn from mistakes, then no. They will perpetuate in a miasma of foolishness. But if they can learn, then the foolish are the wisest of us all at the end. That is to say, those who make errors. Alright, we have to ascend. Rad. Who will it be? The Sphinx.
For tricking the gods to help humankind, Prometheus was punished by being bound to a rock, there to be eternally tormented. The chains that held him were forged by Hephaestus, blacksmith to the gods. Was Hephaestus right to allow his art to be used in this fashion?
If Hephaestus thought the punishment unjust, he should have refused. Hephaestus only forged the chains. It was Zeus who bound Prometheus. How about you cut out the cryptic nonsense and tell me if Athena is here?
And why was it for lowly, lame Hephaestus to make this choice, and not mighty Zeus?
The lame and lowly are no less than the wise and mighty. A creator is responsible for his creation. Everyone must make a choice.
That remains to be seen. As you continue your journey to the flame, remember Hephaestus and the burdens of the blacksmith.
The pattern is holding. Solve the puzzles, enter the tower, speak to an entity, turn on the beat. It's like she's appealing to our past. reminding us of where we came from, but changing enough elements to make us view our history through a different lens. Or maybe I'm completely missing the point. I don't know.
You might have something there.
I read about this in a book. It's called defamiliarization.
Yakut? I think I'm actually impressed.
Alright. Well, as per usual, let's return to this Mega Pizzaplex. Who is this bitch and why does she remind me of Athena from God of War 3? Well, I mean, they are based off of mostly Greek gods. That was the one that was there was the Phoenix from Egyptian War. That's why I was asking us questions. Athena's the founder, actually. She made our civilization. She's just named after the god. She named Athena. Is that the giant pyramid Bass Pro Shop? Yeah, we're going to the big glass pro shop's pyramid. Let's go check it out. There it is. What's that sound? I don't know where that sound's coming from. Or where it was coming from, rather. Alright. Back to my weird resting place of the cathedral. We'll offer it a couple more stars. Why not? We've been getting them. Cool. Okay. Well, as much as I would love to keep playing, because I love this game, I am going to call it here, because I have other stuff I have to do today. Such as uploading everything that I have streamed over the past, like, 2 or 3 weeks, so that's a while. Yes, I agree, Bass Pro Shops. I wish we could hang out, but I can't. In order to get into the big pyramid, I would need to complete 2 more full areas just to get another glimpse inside that thing. But yeah, anyway. Till next time. I've been Creature, you've been the lovely Chad, and the beautiful viewer at home. This has been Talos Principle 2, and it's been fun. See ya. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.